Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Khonburi. We're kind of out in the boonies, kind of in the middle between Cha Chang Sao and Buriram, and kind of south of Nakhon Ratchasima. Anyway, we're going to take a look at kind of a different looking style of Khmer temple. We're going to take a look at one of the hospitals that they built. This one here was built under the order of King Jayavarman VII. He ordered a bunch of hospitals to be built all around his kingdom. I think a total of like 102. And what they did is they would build a little shrine, and then they would have like a water storage and stuff like that. And they called it an Arohayasala or something like that. And anyway, it'll have like a couple mandatory structures. It'll have like a pond for the water so people could come here and heal up, and it'll have like a shrine and stuff like that. So let's look at this. It's not very big, so it won't take too long. It's just kind of an interesting little building. So there would have been a community out here, and it would have been along one of the Khmer roads. And as you can see, the structures were all built at a similar floor plan. They would have an outer wall, and it'll have the prong on the inside, and it'll have like a smaller little shrine in it also. So this building here is completely made out of the laterite with the sandstone window and door seals. And this has been extensively restored. So I don't know what kind of shape it was in before the restoration. You can see a couple of the places where they numbered the laterite stones and put them back into place. And there will be like a lintel that will be uncarved, and that will be on the center prong in there. So you can see a lot of the wall is missing here, and then there's some of the sandstone, and then here's like a window seal. But it's pretty interesting to see. Now these were places for the travelers to stop and heal up, as well as like the sick people throughout the kingdom. King Jayavarman VII was that was kind of a big deal to him. Now they had a floor plan that required one of these. So you can see they came here and they dug like a little pond, and they lined it with the laterite stones, and this would have held the fresh water for the travelers and people that were here at this little hospital temple. And there is an extra pond over there that was not required for the hospitals. It was a small like 100 meter by 100 meter. And then you can see they have some more laterite stones and stuff over here. And there's not much left of it. It's kind of an eyesore. And then you can see it's has like a lot of farmland and stuff all around. So you climbed up on this hill and you can see the rice paddies. More rice over there. You got some bananas. And I saw like over here they're planting some of the cassava. It's very, very rural out here. I don't know if we're here. This is that cassava. You see they got it all bundled up over there. So they've plowed the field, and now it's almost time for them to come and stick it in the ground. So let's go inside. So this is the gopura, the entrance. You can see they've cut the sandstone right there. And then they had a couple small little windows. And this looks like this is a new piece of laterite stone that they put for the stairs. The stairs are way too even. I've climbed through a lot of temples, and you'll never find like a set of even stairs. They're like, I think they intentionally made them to where it would like challenge you to get up into the temple. So they would have had like a Shiva Linga over here, and this is built in the normal crucifix pattern. And there would have been, this would have had something right here. And then you can see the pedestal for the other Shiva Linga. And then you can see where they've drilled the holes and all those laterite stones to help move them around. And then they cut this. These aren't normally as crude as this. This is kind of a bad job of cutting it from what the normal Khmer did. They usually cut them at a really precise 45-degree angle. So this is the small little building inside, and these were all required. And then this over here is the center prong, and you can see it's shaped like a lotus. And then it's got a couple trees growing in here. And then you can see this is more in line with the stairwells that you'll see, where it's just kind of climb at your own risk. And then all the stuff, the top of this gopura is missing. which is a shame. I would like to have seen what it looked like. I've seen a couple of these in various states of repair and disrepair. And then you can see the pediment is uncarved. That's what they had right there. So they would have carved it. So this was never completed. The same as that lintel. The lintel right there was uncarved. So they carved the door jamb. You can see where they came back in and they restored it. And then this one over here is not carved. And then they had that piece there that they did carve. And then there's basically no stairs to get in here. We'll climb up there anyway. And you can see how they did do a little bit of the laterite carving up there. Yeah, I really like the shape of these. These are so cool. And then this is kind of a little bit of the faux entrance here. And then over here, this is the top. So this would have been the top of the lotus. That would have been all the way up there at the point. And this would have been a faux entrance on this side. And that would have went up to probably about as tall as that tree right there. So they've kind of restored what it looked like, missing one little piece over there. And then you can see it has the lotus flowers. This is way cool. I like how they incorporated that into their temples. Okay, so let's go inside the little library and then we'll go inside the prong. And this tree over here was taken over. They've cut it way back. And they've raked this and kept it pretty clean. And there's like no stairwell to get in here. So this is not a library, it's a shrine building. And you can see they used a lot of new laterite stones. So these are all new. And then they just put this up here. It's cracking in pretty bad shape. Same as all of this here. The sandstone is pretty poor quality. And then you can see this would have been a Shiva Linga. So they would have came here and then it had a window right here to let in some light. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to see here now. Just the sandstone and the laterite stones. All right, so this is the main prong. You can see where they carved it. You can see the workings there. And then the stairwell. And they did carve this piece of sandstone. All right, let's see if there's any bats in here. Looks like it's open at the top, so we may not see any. They did carve this here also, and then here. And this lintel again is not finished. And they didn't really do much here. This is just all kind of crudely carved. It was kind of at the end of the castle building era when this one was built. And Jayavarman VII, it was the conversion into Buddhism. And then his son went back to Hindu. And then his successor went back to Buddhism for the Khmer. And then they had the contraction of the kingdom. And then the fall of it, pretty much. Okay, so you can see here where they have numbered these. So this was all put back together like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, this is all there is to see. Open top, laterite stones all the way up there. Kind of a cool little place. So there would have been a community here of the Khmer, and this would have been like the little hospital for them. There would have been houses and stuff. Now the houses would all be gone because there was the rule that only religious structures could be built out of stone. All the normal structures had to be built out of wood. So that's why you see just the temples that are remaining. So that's going to finish up our video over here at this Khonburi temple. This is my ride here today. I was going by here and I went way out of my way to come over here and see this little prong. It's quite cool. I like it. It's small. There's not a whole lot here, but the story behind it is kind of interesting to me, where they built all of these hospitals around the empire. And I just like to think about how much work went into these, how they carved the stone, they quarried it, they hauled it in here, and then they put it all together. And it just was such an undertaking. And then, I don't know, some people say that building all these stone temples helped lead to the decline of the Khmer Empire. I don't know if it was probably just that. It was probably a combination of disease, shortage of manpower, bad weather, outside forces. All of that helped combine to caused it to collapse. But anyway, they're all gone, but what they left behind is pretty fun for me to see. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and then you're notified when I post a new video. I show all kinds of stuff. I show temples, I show beaches, I show markets, I show whatever interests me. Not just in Thailand, but wherever else I travel. So if you're looking for just me with kind of a no-nonsense opinion on the stuff that I see, then this is the right place. And if you've been here, or if you have any questions, or if there's anything else in the area you want me to see, let me know in a comment down below. And until next time, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.